Hi, welcome back YouTubers to my channel on an everyday encounter and on a life up in ASB. As you're fully aware that there are a lot of variety of topics and I'm going to address to you all basically for the old and newbies out there, as well as just the young ones and that may need the advice more than the older ones, but then again we all need advice and support and encouragement somewhere along the way. And no further ado, just to give you a heads up, I'm trying to, as I said in one of my videos, I'm not sure, that I'm trying to re-edit one of the series that I have been collaborating on right now about the addiction series and whatnot, and that hopefully will still be available soon for the ones that may be in dire need of it or just need to look out for some solutions or just some sort of advice and tips along the way, or something along the way of just helping others that is in dire need. And all further ado though, I'm going to be talking about today hopefully some survival tips for teens based on what I've learned, based on my encounterships. Basically, as a teenager, even though now, this day and age, everything is changing. Everything is changing in the way of how we should fit in, how we should act, think and speak and all that. I guess that, it's not just basically, I'm learning now, not just the social media versus, the magazines and that's clouds of perceptions and thoughts, and that it's us as well, because we made that decision to just be the way we are. We are the ones that obviously create the journey of ours, along the way, and making it a legacy for something to be remembered by. I know that sometimes, many people may think that it's cool just to, knock people for six based on their confidence, if people tend to think, and I just tend to hate it, Okay, here we go for the tips. Okay, before I babbled on. Number one, respect everyone. That goes for the elders as well, because, elders equals your parents, your teachers and whatnot, because obviously they've lived on this earth for a long period of time and they know what goes down. And they may be old-fashioned and stuff, but if you respect them enough, I'm sure as hell that later on you'll actually thank them for it, because obviously, many people think that just because we're not going to respect the elders, we just want to treat them like trash. There's no way to go, because how I see it is you respect the elders, be it the teachers, be it your parents, be it your grandparents and all that, because even though they could give you pearls of wisdom, and that pearl of wisdom might come in handy when you're going in that trial time, regardless what it is, because obviously, yes, every day and age we go through some set of trials that will test us out. Life isn't supposed to be made easy, obviously. Many people think it should be, but it's not. We need to have these challenges we face every day, no matter what they are, be it, if we have to beat our cancer, or another one is beat our depression, or something that gets in the way that hinders our everyday living pretty much just day by day, and that no matter what, that those challenges needs to be addressed. Number two, be yourself. You don't need to put on makeup, you don't need to put on some sort of macho face in front of everybody. If you be yourself, obviously, this is a great way that you will find the real true friends, because obviously if you're the fake you, who wants to be around you, so to speak? There are times in this day and age that we need to realise that when we are ourselves, that even though people may think that we're dull and boring being ourselves and that, but it takes guts just to be ourselves with these values and morals and everything else that we have brought up. And also, if we have those set boundaries upon us and whatnot, it will go a long way, obviously, but that will go under some other bits and pieces. Number three, be humble. Being humble is obviously a good thing. Many people may think it's not, but to me it is. Many people have noticed with me, I'm loyal, humble, and all these other values and morals that's been instilled, and I thank them for saying this to me, even though it's hard just to be me. I am the normal factor here, not being all that immature young girl that many people tend to do, all these young, immature girly things that pretty much can get you into trouble in the long run, or just basically you regret later on, even though someone said not to live in regrets, but sometimes I'm doing my hardest right now not to do that, live in regrets, trying to live in the now, even though as the saying goes, you only live once, YOLO. So yeah, love yourself is number three. Why love yourself before others? Put yourself first before others is important, because obviously in this day and age it's really hard to, obviously, as many people have said to me in my site, that they're finding it hard to be, accepted, hard to fit in. But why should we fit in basically just to be in that crowd? We should be ourselves, be it whatever, and make a difference. As I keep saying before, it's good to be different. Loving ourselves also gives us the benefit of the doubt that, we can share the love around to others around us, even though some of the ones that does abuse our love and trust and whatever else, pretty much, even though someone said to me, love is a feeling, I'll say this again, no it's not. Love is an action. The action speaks louder than words. Love is basically, obviously, what you do through your actions that will speak out more than your words. So if you really love someone, take that moment to actually do something within that time factor with them, because you never know when they're gone, be it if they move on to someone else, or just be it that they got news for you that they're trying to battle their own battles, be it cancer and that, and they don't want you around because obviously you didn't show that you really love them and you meant what you said, that you'll keep to your words and everything else. You know, I've learned this so many times before, you know, and that comes down to, like I said, for number 4, giving time for others. Time is precious, time goes fast, time is basically against us, time is our enemy. No matter what, we need to make the time for certain people in our lives, be it our friends, family, work colleagues or whoever, be in that time of need with people around us. However, you know, at this day and age, many people just tend to think it's okay not to give time the day that they just think about themselves, which is a sad reality, basically, because they're all focusing on their own selves and their materialistic things, be it their flash car, be it their flash computer, be it that they just want to be on their own doing Minecraft all the time and whatever else, you know, be it that they just want to look on the other sites, dating sites, porno sites, and that just to get their satisfaction out of that. But in reality, that doesn't give you the right satisfaction. Number 5, study hard. Many people will groan at this one. Why? Because this won't get us anywhere in life. Studying hard, yeah, it can equip us for life. Because obviously, you know, in this day and age, we need those ground boundaries of what we learn from the homes, into schools, into wherever, in the workforce. Because obviously, at the end of the day, these ethics that they teach us in school, or topics, you never know, they could come in handy. Even though sometimes, yes, it is getting really hard right now for us to find a job, regardless what it is, you know, what we're seeking out for. But if we don't give up hope and just take a leap of faith of the unknown of what's needs to be coming, then we'll be fine. Number 6, never give up. As I said before, trials and tribulations come every day. No matter what we face every day, it is a challenge. No matter what we face throughout these challenges, our attitudes and way of thinking will determine the outcome of these challenges and whatnot we go through in our lives. No matter what we go through today, that we need to basically not give up, because obviously, as I said to myself, these are testing us for the little things before we get granted on the bigger things in life, be it whatever it may be. You know, I believe that sometimes when we work on the smaller things that we need to face of these challenges, it will bring out some blessings and everything else behind the scenes, even though many people may not believe that, but I believe that it's true. Even though you got to realize that even if you are getting constantly bullied, it's pretty much, don't forever think that you're one of them. You know, when they put that label mentality, just remove it. And just like I keep saying in one of my decree series, hopefully there is an I am statement, you know, and all these other motivational kind of messaging that I have done on my channel so far, hopefully, which I'm hoping to do more of, hopefully, as a form of encouragement and advice for you all. Number 6, dream big. Dreams aren't, people think dreams aren't real, dreams aren't for free and whatnot. Yeah, dreams are free, but once we put it into action of our dreaming, the big reality factor of what we want to become or what we want to do, put it into action. You know, take a leap of faith with the unknown. You never know. Even though at the moment I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone right now and again, just to trying to help people out on the streets. Or for me, getting out of the comfort zone, hopefully sometime soon, taking the leap of faith to fly, or, you know, taking the leap of faith hopefully sometime in the near future to try and hurry up and get myself the learners and everything, even though I've been trying my hardest to do so. Number 7, be patient. Yes, okay, this goes alongside with basically, like, when it comes down to these trials and tribulations. These trials and tribulations, as I said, obviously will test us. Sometimes many people may test us in the way of our patience as well, regardless who and what they are, but also that patience understanding will come under being empathetic enough with those people around you to understand where they're coming from. We can't fit and mould them into our forte, how we want it, and our expectations. No way, Jose. We just need to accept everyone's differences. You know, many people doesn't like people being different, no matter what it is. You know, I see that time and time again, and it's bad enough, like, in my day and age, when I was younger, when I was that little girl pretty much trying to blend in, fit in and everything else, and then it's like so tiring to the point is, why did I do it in the first place? The golden rule for number 8, treat others the way you want to be treated. How you treat others will determine the outcome of how they'll treat you. Obviously, if you've witnessed in your family circle when you're younger that your dad abused your mum 24/7 with certain words, because like I said, words do hurt, words define us, words can actually rule us and whatnot if we choose it that way. But what I'm saying here is, if you want to be that way, then, you know, it will self-reflect, and then for some reason it will, after you treat your girlfriend, partner, or whoever that you may have around you at that time, it will self-reflect on you, obviously, and then they'll think in their mindset that you're the bad person, not them, you know, even though it is, you know, you're the bad person because obviously you got the issues. You need to sort it out. Which comes down to number 8, if I'm up to that already, is basically, if there's any problems and issues that you have with someone that you feel that is in your circle, even if it's someone that you love and care about, even if you show that you don't love and care about them through your actions, as I'm saying in the other one, then by rights, if that person was giving you that chance of day, don't abuse it. Take that time to actually sit down, reflect, thinking, okay, something needs to be changed. What needs to be changed? Is it me the problem? And if so, how I'm going to go about changing this? Many people just deny these facts, what I'm sharing, but that's fine. Especially this one that I'm sharing right now about basically accepting our accountabilities and responsibilities for our own actions. I know I'm not perfect, and everybody has been, well, some people have been pointing out my flaws and imperfections regardless what it is. Anyway, number 9. Be at peace within yourself. Being at peace within yourself is a good one. It comes under the same umbrella about loving yourself. Being at peace with yourself is basically easy. You know, you find a quiet time, a moment of the day that you can actually sit down, meditate, think, whatever, somewhere quiet, and just reflect on maybe your day, see how it is and stuff. You know, find the things that you're at peace and that you're happy with, and, you know, still go with it. You know, even if, you know, you feel that some people may be dragging you down, regardless what it may be. You know, no matter what, there are bound to be a lot of jealous, insecure people that will knock us down. They're not there for the long haul, so to speak. Number 10, if I'm up to that already, is basically treasure your friendships and your family. What I mean here is, like, no matter what, even if you think that, you know, you're all for the good times and not for the bad times, no. Think about it, like I said before, there are trials and tribulations along the way, but if we treasure our friendships and everything else that's important, everything else will grow stronger in us, in that foundational growth in our mind, spirit and soul. Number 11, use your imagination. Okay, I googled this one out when I thought about this one, using our imagination. We can use our imagination and be creative and, you know, do our everyday things. Like, what I mean here is, if you want to, what I've been doing was you know, writing some hot, sexy stuff and whatnot, just to try and build myself up in that. You know, sometimes it's good to use our imagination just to run away from our problems for a while or for a time, but we need to remember to come back to reality though after using that imagination. So be it, you know, using our imagination can be good also, especially like if we've got that creative side of it in us pretty much, and we use our imagination, especially if we hang around kids, and we can use our imagination with the kids, you know, be a young kid at heart, just being with those kids and just be with them, you know. Anyway, number 11 or 12, I'm losing count, so you guys follow along with me, is what I've got written down here. Appreciate everything that you've got at this given moment. You don't realise that sometimes many people may think that the materialistic things are more important, that they're grateful for their computers, they're grateful for their cars, motorbikes, anything of money value. Money doesn't buy love, however. You know, appreciate everything you've got. But it's like, what I'm saying every day is, I'm lucky I've got a roof over my head, I'm lucky that I've got family that loves me, I've got friends that cares about me, some of them looking out for me, some of them may not now, even though some are at distance range. Some of them I still may be able to talk to on Facebook or whatever means, you know. This is the main thing that I'm questioning though, you know, with that, you know, appreciate everything you've got, because obviously once those materialistic things are gone, as I'm saying, your car, your motorbike, your computer, and whatever else that you think of money value, what would you have left? Nothing. That's the answer. Number 12, if I'm up to that already, apologise. Many people think it's okay just to bottle up their feelings, and like sometimes think that the other person's at fault when they have an argument. So never argue with someone. Be sure to, well, arguments fine to a point, but you gotta just realise that we need to basically come to the point now that we need to apologise to one another and actually accept, as I said, the accountabilities and responsibilities of our own actions and sayings. Even though many people said to me, especially one person, it's just like, you know, it's how we take it, and yeah, to a point it is, but you know, it's just like how we take it mentality. I'll say this, even though I don't know if this person will watch this one of it, is some of the things he says reflects to what happened in the past, and I try not to let the past define me, even though it's hard when I'm trying to actually open up to him and let him know, hey, I don't like this one, but can you settle down with the words? Even though I'm sick and tired of hearing his dad especially, that, you know, what you see is what you get. That's a form of a abuser kind of mentality. What you see is what you get. You know, that's how I read it across in my black and white, you know, and even though it may cause some disagreements with those people, when I see black and white, when I'm different and read between the lines, or even read more thoroughly, you know, in between that lines between those people. Anyway, number 13, have fun. There are times in our lives that we need to have fun regardless, even though that, you know, when we're working and stuff, we forget to have fun along the way. Even though some people think it's fun to be single, it's fun to just mingle, you know, whatever. But there is types of fun that shouldn't get us into trouble, or actually later on, you know, look at the reactions we did and consequences that may follow within that. Number 14 or 15 right now is laugh. Laughter is a medicine. Laughter is real. Laughter is pretty much we can trying to find in ourselves to laugh. You know, laugh at some things that you think is real and honest and, you know, whatnot. Because at the end of the day, you never know, you know. Because, like, myself thinking about basically, okay, laughter is medicine. Laughter must be able to cure most things. Okay, as I said before, taking accountability and responsibility for your own actions, which is meaning accepting your mistakes as well and taking it on. It's okay to make mistakes. Many people think just because they make mistakes they're total failures. How we go about these mistakes, however, is really important. How I look at it is basically mistakes are our teachers. Mistakes are basically our life lessons. They teach us from right from wrong and whatever else. Sometimes, though, we've got to allow ourselves to make the mistakes, but be warned. If you keep making the same mistakes more than probably twice or 3 times, then you need to rethink it and reevaluate and actually say to yourself, okay, something doesn't feel right here. I don't think this should be in this jurisdiction. You know, many people may think that, you know, all the time. So, yeah. Number 16, someone will like this probably, break the rules now and again. Some rules are meant to be bent or broken to a point, but not all of them. There are reasons why there's rules and, you know, regulations, you know, along the way. Be it whatever it is, you know, be it some rules that we have in the workforce, be it some rules out from what the government's given us, be it whatever it is, because obviously some rules are meant to be broken, some not to be broken. Some are there to protect us, some are there to hopefully know when these rules are broken there are consequences to follow. Number 17, keep learning and teaching yourself certain everyday things. Because obviously, once we finish school, we need to self-learn and evaluate on what is needed to be done. Many people may think that, you know, we shouldn't be learning all the time, you know, we should be out there having fun, but along the way, as I said, the life lessons are there for a reason. Number 18, if I'm up to it, be motivated and positive. What I mean here is, like, as I said before, time and time again, if you've got, here's the example, depression, use that as a motivator, you know, every day of the morning when you wake up, you know, I can conquer this depression, I am more than this depression, I'm ready and able right now to just accept what's going to come my way today. You know, every day, all day, there will be challenges, but we need to basically live for the moment and actually go for them. Number 19 is have good goals and aims. This is important, obviously. Many people think that it's not fun having these goals and aims. Some of them may think that, you know, with these goals and aims, it's just boring, that we shouldn't have to have them. But to me, it's good, because then we can reflect on it 5 years' time thinking, okay, I made these goals, I've come this far, you know. Sometimes also, when it comes to those goals and aims, we need to actually have backups, no matter what. I'm sure as hell that there are backups for every situation, regardless what it is. Number 21, make a legacy of your life. As we know, as I said before, we are the creators of our stories, of our lives, and our journey. Once we finish creating our stories on that, many people, once we move on in the, you know, death world, many people that we have touched lives with or whatever, they'll probably will remember us by that, you know, and may want to work for what we want to do, you know. And last but not least, to my thing, work hard but don't expect anything in return. Sometimes many people may want something in return, but that's fine, because to me, all I want in return is basically what I've said so many times before, my pet peeves. Just to be appreciated, just to be loved, just feel that I'm wanted, you know, valued, and everything else that many people may crave and desire for that they're missing. Even though I'm trying not to crave for attention and everything else like everyone else is, but you know, I could be wrong. But anyway, enough jibber of my tips, survival tips for teens and young adults and the like. If some of these may be of value to some young adults, you know, that has come out of the teens and may still want them as